Hey everyone, welcome to the survey section of the Suade.Coach. This is where we begin to develop your cold call script from scratch using the power of AI and the H2H method combined. When you first log in, you're going to see my resources and coaches on the left-hand side, and you're going to see a tile that says create new script. Click that create new script. It's going to bring you to the first field we need you to fill in, which is your company name as well as your URL. So what this does for us is it allows the AI to begin searching and learning about your offering from your website. Now, as you'll see, we don't always want to use our website for creating a script because we're not writing a blog for SEO. We're talking to humans, but at least it gives us some baseline for understanding your features and benefits. So I'm going to be using a company called LLC. And for this practice session and example, so we'll enter this information in and press next. At this point, it's going to bring us to what's called the elevator pitch and the grandma pitch. So when we onboard our clients at Superhuman, we always start off with the elevator pitch and grandma pitch in our kickoff calls. It's the best way that we've found to really find out what comes off the tip of our clients' tongues when talking about their products or services, because this is usually what they say in conversation. It's an amazing exercise, and I recommend you do it and put yourself in this scenario to really drive out what comes off the easiest. Remember, we're talking to someone in a situation where they're not expecting our call, and we need to get them in the right frame of mind to think in. We don't need to give them an award-winning speech or read from a blog on our website. So let's start off with two really amazing exercises, the elevator pitch and the grandma pitch. The elevator pitch is when you're in a situation at, let's just say, a skyscraper. You walk into a lobby. It's a professional setting. Someone introduces themselves to you, find out you work at Enlight, and they say, "Hey, Ryan, so you said you work at Enlight. What exactly do you do there?" You hear the ding of the elevator and it starts to go up. You have about 15 seconds to describe what you do. What do you say? Go. All right, that's the feeling I want you to feel when you're about to write your pitch. So go ahead and write it. But what I would say is something along the lines of this. We provide a software and service to help school districts become more efficient with their finances through dashboards, analytics, and benchmarking to save money. Okay? So that's what I would say. Now, I had this pre-written, so it was nice and smooth and ready for y'all. And I'm going to copy and paste this in. Okay? So go ahead and give yourself a few seconds there and write it in. The next part is grandma pitch. The grandma pitch is when you're, let's just say, at a barbecue and you see your grandmother there or a grandmother, and they say, "Oh, Ryan, I haven't seen you in forever. I heard that you work for Enlight. What do you do there?" It's your time to bring it down to the grandma barbecue level. You've set it in a professional setting where you can use a little bit more of those industry words and buzzwords that others in the professional setting might understand. At a barbecue where you're talking to a grandmother or a fifth grader or someone who might not know, how do you break that down? Well, I wrote this. We help schools to make better decisions with their money through a software and consulting. Do you see how much more I had to tweak and get rid of the fluff within my first pitch? It's almost like when you're in Twitter and you have to only use 75 characters or whatever it used to be. You have to thin it down and get to the main bones of what it is you do. That's the point of this exercise. It doesn't mean we use exactly that in our first opening, but it does help us to get prepared for the beginning conversation to transition from, "I don't know you, why are you calling me?" to seeing value and taking that next step with your company. So at the bottom here, it's going to say generate elevator and grandma pitch. We've gotten through this first section. What I want you to do is click this button, and it's going to take you to a prompt on a choose your own adventure path. So it says, to generate your pitch, we will scrape your website for copy. Like I was saying, this is not recommended because sometimes web copy doesn't fully represent how we talk to our customers. But do you still want to continue? Well, I think we've written some pretty good elevator pitches and grandmother pitches, but for the sake of this training, let's go ahead and generate the pitch to see what it comes up with. Okay, AI is working. AI is working. It says your pitches have successfully been generated. Take a second to read your edit and edit pitches. Then click next when finished. Okay. Enlight takes the guesswork out of educational success by providing K-12 leaders with cutting-edge analytics and dashboards to boost efficiency and community support. Tools not only transform complex data into actionable insights, but also empower schools to thrive strategically and transparently. Okay, well, that sounds like what could be written in a blog. However, I see some pretty good words and adjectives or action verbs in there that I think could be useful. Let's go down to the grandma pitch. Well, grandma, I help schools get really smart about using their data to run things better. We create tools that make all the information easier. Stance of cool school leaders can make great decisions for their students. I like that one. That's actually not bad. Well done, Suade.AI, for using that and coming up with it. So let's kind of use a combination. I'm going to go ahead and I think I like my, elevator pitch better. However, I think I like the AI's version here. So I'm going to go ahead and say this one with a couple tweaks. We help schools get smart about using their data. We help schools use their data better. Let's see. We help schools. Let's just use it as is. All right. So we've done this. Let's hit next. So this takes you to the offering residence page, which will have a separate training. Congrats, you've gotten through the opening and getting through the grandmother pitch and the elevator pitch.